Man, formalities, I love them.
All right, no.
It's like I just said this same sentence
It
30
is.
seconds ago.
It's so much like you just said the sentence 30 seconds ago.
Too bad no one else will know that.
Mm-mm. Never ever.
Never ever. Hello, welcome to this week's episode of Jared and I Watch Love Live Sunshine. It's the 17th episode of this podcast. I'm Jared, that's Ann Ladium.
Hello.
And
You're not
we're,
being formal with me.
sorry, Ann Ladium-san.
Don't be so formal, Jared.
Miss Ann Ladium.
Don't
No,
be
wait,
so.
excuse me. Dr. Ann Ladium. That would be the most formal.
Oh, it would be the most formal, but we're rolling back the formalities here.
All right. Hey, girlfriend.
Okay, wow, that's too far.
That's what they do in this episode.
I know. It's just weird. Okay, I'm just going on record real quick. I absolutely despise when people call each other girlfriend.
It's
I
weird.
absolutely hate it. I hate it so much. It bugs me, and it sounds like so shallow and cheap and artificial, and like that you're just like saying it to say it. Like it doesn't sound natural or real. And like I understand that real people say this, but I don't understand why they say it. Anyway, in rant.
I mean, we'll talk about that this episode. So
Yep.
there you go. We are talking about season 2, episode number 4, which has 2 different titles depending on what language you're listening to.
Mhm.
The Japanese version is "Don't Call Me Daya-san" because it makes sense for the Japanese language, and the English dub version is called "Don't Be So Formal with Me." And we'll get into that as we go along. So we start this episode. Chica's in a good mood,
She is.
which is not really that unusual.
No.
The
But
rest
I mean,
of the
they did just have like a really successful like
double
open
performance.
house and double
Yeah.
performance. Yeah.
The rest of the group is waiting on the results of the Love Life qualifiers to see if they passed or not. And everyone's like, "Why are you in such a good mood?" And Chica's like, "Yeah, we probably passed. It's cool." And then they pass, and
Mhm.
everyone celebrates.
Is this a really stressful one where they're like outside the convenience store? Or is that a different one?
I feel like they are in the club room.
Okay, because there are a few that like they're stressful and
Yeah. Once again, if you didn't
there
listen
is
to last
and
week's
like they're trying to
episode,
figure.
we it's been a while since we watched this episode, so might be some weirdness to these. But yeah, they're very much excited. All the while, Daya ends up noticing that the third years and the rest of the group are becoming closer
Mhm.
and giving each other little nicknames
Like girlfriend.
like girlfriend and whatever else they use because I don't remember. In the Japanese version, of course, this means the rest of the group is calling them like Kanan-chan or
Mhm.
Mari-chan. Obviously, in English, since they don't use the suffixes like other forms of media do sometimes, like the Persona games,
Mhm.
that wouldn't make a lot of sense if they decided to start using that for the English dub.
Yeah, it'd be weird to do that transition like this far into it.
Yeah, so basically that's what they do. They just give like, oh, the rest of the group has like these little nicknames for each other now. That's the representation of them showing like the closeness now. And of course, Daya is very like a little weirded out because no one else acts like that with her. And that becomes the crux of this episode. All the while, Chica gets a little sad because they realize that the club's out of money. It's broke.
I feel that feel.
They decide to go to the shrine to get more money. Fails. They go to Mari. They try to get Mari's family to give them more money. That's not gonna work.
Mm-mm.
And Daya again is a little bummed out that she's being addressed more formally than the other 2 third years. So after that happens, Daya goes to Mari and Kanan's like, and kind of like tries to explain like why she feels this weird, and the other 2 just like laugh at her because they're like, "You're just freaking out over nothing. Like it'll happen. It's fine." Like it just probably makes a little bit more sense why they're a little bit more apprehensive with you because you have this big guard up on you. You're very strict with everyone. You've been formal since like a young age. Like this is the way you've been.
We get some flashbacks to baby Daya bangs again.
Baby
which
Daya bangs.
I love the baby Daya bangs. They're ridiculous.
So going after this, like the other two are just like, look, if you want them to treat you differently, just like don't act so formal and uptight with them. So the next day, the club's like trying to figure out, okay, how are we gonna get more money? Should we get some part-time jobs? So Daya goes up to the second years, is like, hey girls, you thinking about getting some jobs, huh? And she tries to start off like that, but then immediately goes into like strict mode afterwards, like, no, you can't work here. You can't work here. And the second years are like, what is up with Daya? Like, why is she acting so weird?
Hello, fellow teens.
Hello, fellow teens. So their next plan is to like set up a stall, like a stall at a flea market and sell some stuff, which leads to some really weird things. Like Mari's trying to sell a statue of herself.
Yeah, there was some good stuff there.
Yoshiko is selling a bunch of feathers of feathers of the fallen angel. Just a bunch of weird things like that. It really doesn't work, so they once again are kind of like, well, we need to find another way to make some money.
Well, and even then, like Daya's micromanaging, and like the one thing that they are gonna sell, Daya's like, no, you can't sell for that price. That's too low. You can't do that.
Like this kid comes up and is like, I want to buy this for, I don't have like 100 yen, and Daya's like, I can't sell that to you. I guess I'll be nice this one time.
Everybody else is like, that's fine, we'll take it. I just imagine like a bulging forehead vein at this point, like with her like cringing. That's what it would be like in real life.
At this point, Chika kind of figures like something's up.
Yeah, Chika's really perceptive.
She is. So she goes to the other third years and is like, yo, what's up? And Kanon's like, don't worry, we'll figure this out. We got this. So the next day, they basically go and they go to the Izomito Sea Paradise, which is like a big aquarium.
Mm-hmm. It's like SeaWorld.
Yeah, they all get little jobs there, and that's going to be their big way to earn some cash money. Once again, Daya is trying to figure out a good way to be addressed informally, to be one of the group. And
okay, hold on a second. Isn't this where Yo is in like the crazy mascot outfit?
She is.
Yes. Okay, anyway, continue.
So at one point, she goes up to Chika and Hanamaru, who are like working the food stand, and tries to fit in with them there. And they're like, she's trying to make small talk with them, and Chika and Hanamaru are like, what is wrong with her? Did we do something to upset her? It basically just happens like with all the other girls, and like they eventually all meet up and are like, did we do something to make Daya mad? Like, she's acting real weird. Like, this is real strange. We're getting kind of freaked out about this. So like, basically it doesn't work, and the rest of Mari and Connor like have to explain to the rest of them like, look, this is why she's acting so weird. She feels like she's kind of being left out because everyone just addresses her so formally and all that. All the while, there's a bunch of kindergartners at the aquarium today, and they're all like running amok. And basically,
one child stands out with baby Daya bangs.
Yep, one child is basically Daya at that age as well, and the other girls are kind of like ill-equipped to handle this situation as the kids run wild. And Daya basically takes control of the situation and like kind of like herds them all in, and is like, "Hey, let's all get together. Let's not run around. We don't want to hurt ourselves. Let's go and watch this exhibit of like dolphins or something, whatever."
And she's like extremely personable and soft and like friendly to them all, which is really, really shocking because we haven't seen that side of her.
Yeah, it's a very different side of Daya compared to usually what we see of her. So I guess pro tip for Daya is that she's good with kids, or can take care. She can easily take control of a bad situation and turn it around, which is a good thing to have.
She could very easily be like a kindergarten teacher.
It's true. So basically at the end of the day, they all gather together outside after the hard day of work they did. And Daya's still kind of upset that the rest of them still don't talk to her like informally. And Chika's just like, hey, look, like, we just like you the way you are. You don't have to change for us. Like, you just do you. And basically they're like, hey, we like you for who you are, we appreciate you, and all that jazz. And basically Daya is okay with this, kind of. Also, like, earlier in the episode, they reveal her, like, tick of, like, scratching her mole when she's, like, lying about something.
Yep.
And at the end there, she's like, well, I guess this is okay, as she's scratching her mole.
Yep.
And I believe, like, at the end of this, like, in the Japanese version, they, like, all the girls are like, hey, Daya-chan. And then this, like, they do the girlfriend thing in the English dub.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they, basically, Daya's like, hey, I can be okay with him, like, speaking, like, more informally with me. Because also, as well, I think, like, throughout the rest of the episode, they don't really, like, keep up with, like, everyone calling her Daya-chan, so kind of goes away. But that is this episode. Let's talk about some notes.
All right.
Our end credits character this time is Yo. Basically, this says, despite it was an episode focused on Daya, the writers decided to put her in a future episode alongside with Ruby, which makes a whole lot of sense because there is an episode later on that focuses on, like, their relationship, and specifically, like, Ruby having to come to terms with Daya graduating soon.
Oh,
so it makes more sense to put them together in that one. Chico wears a similar orange fruit outfit to the one Hanayo from the original show wore on a Halloween episode, though Chica's costume is based on a half-sliced orange, because Chica is an orange.
Is an orange.
The scenes taking place in the aquarium in the second half of this episode are a callback to the Koe ni Naratai aquarium music video, because they do a video about aquariums, and they're in an aquarium. Also, they did an event in the Love Live School Idol Festival where it takes place at this same place.
Oh, that's neat.
Daya points out that Hanamaru hates noodle-based food, which is consistent with her official bio.
I don't understand that ever.
Considering she likes a lot of food.
But also, just like pasta is one of the greatest things to ever exist. So,
this is the second time Ruby cries. The first one is in season 1, episode 8. The reason she was crying were unknown, probably due to Yoshiko scaring a child. This is the third time Yo wears the same Uchichi mascot since the aquarium music video and I, My Friend, the episode, that one. It is also a reference to Shuka Saito, her voice actress, that has expressed interest in wearing the Uchichi mascot someday.
oh my god.
And then we got some goofs.
Uh-oh.
Some animation errors from 14 minutes 32 seconds to 34 seconds. Before the camera view changes, Hanamaru is the person standing at the front. However, when the view changes, Riko stands in the place of Hanamaru. At 17 minutes 44 seconds, the position and coloring of the balloons Yo was holding changes after she releases them. And 18 minutes 31 seconds to 18 minutes 37 seconds, Riko is seen wearing the same apron that Chika and Hanamaru use, but the apron disappears at 18:43.
Whoops.
And then continuity errors. When the bowl slips out of Hanamaru's hands at 18:16, it looks like it will land on its bottom right side up. However, as it lands on Daya's head, it is suddenly flipped upside down. Magic.
I mean, it wouldn't have been as entertaining if it had been flipped the regular way. Also, it probably would have hurt her.
Donk. It would have bounced off her and then broke.
Yikes.
Most likely. So now Daya can feel okay without being so formal.
She's still a little itchy about it, but she's all right.
It's true. Next time, we will be talking about season 2, episode number 5, entitled Taking in a Dog.
Oh, no.
This is a really good episode.
Oh, no.
You remember Riko's fear of dogs.
I do remember it. I've been asking for an explanation the entire series.
It's time to confront that fear.
Good.
Along with a fallen angel. This episode's real good.
This sounds like a wild ride.
It's real good. So that's what we will be talking about next time. But for now, if you'd like more from us, go to seasonallamycheckup.com or sec.cool, where you can find past episodes of this podcast and other podcasts like Season Anime Checkup, Season Anime Checkup OVA. You can find more from AnLadium at AnLadium.com, where she has columns and reviews. And you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/animecheckup, where we do Twitter. So next time, we will learn about the trials and tribulations of dog ownership.